This is TWiT.
Make elephants fly. It's the process of radical innovation, which this was a page turner. This was a lot of fun because it looked at, I guess, the inner mind of someone who would create a startup. What are the things that you look at? What are the what is that idea that you know can become a startup versus that idea that you know that can't? And I want to ask you, if you could distill this down for our audience. You've been around a lot of startups, not just your own, but the ones that you've shepherded, the ones that you've incubated. What do you think is your favorite part of startup culture? You've alluded to it a little bit because there are certain types of people who are drawn to actually building something up versus selling out. But what would you say is the thing that excites you the most when you look at the startups that are created today?
A lot of things excite me. So number one are the people. So I love startup founders. I love people who are passionate about what they're doing, and I love people who have gone really deep into whatever they're focused on. So if it's an area of medicine like fighting cancer, or if it's creating some new web service that, you know, doubles the speed of the internet, whatever it is, I love people who've gone extremely deep and are playing with new technologies and new ideas, like innovating on the design and on the business model and on everything, how people live their lives. Talking to them excites me, right? I get like I'm talking to some of the smartest people in the world and I'm learning so much from them. So while I can help them because I see a lot of companies, they are also helping me because every time I'm working with them, they are allowing me through their mind to see their business and the challenges they face. So that's the thing.
Okay, I get that. And that makes sense. That's absolutely, well, I love it. But what's the counter? Because there's a lot of negatives to the startup culture, and a lot of them are being exposed as we speak. But for you, what's the thing that you wish would change? The thing that detracts from the best thing about being next to people with ideas?
Well, you know, there's a lot of people who are unscrupulous, and that will do to different degrees, will do anything to game the system or, you know, get their startup cashed out at other people's expenses. So you look at like Uber and what Travis did over there as when he was CEO. He broke a lot of rules and he did things that were, you know, basically not ethical. And he's being punished for that now. And it's too bad he felt like he had to do that to make Uber succeed. I think Uber would have succeeded without him doing that. But that's what he did. And I hope he learned his lesson. He is a great entrepreneur, but he's also, you know, not a great entrepreneur because he ended up hurting Uber a lot in the process. Now, we see some of the same stuff happening all around us. Like there are companies out there who literally their startup is a scam. You know, they're out there because they could talk the talk and they can raise a lot of money and they don't really care what happens to their investors or what happens to consumers. And those type of people make it hard on all of us. And there's one area where I'm particularly concerned, and that is in the whole cryptocurrency ICO space. I think a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, and there's a lot of people piling in there, and I just don't think all of them have the best interests of their investors in mind.